And that's how you do a live opening right there, y'all. Look at that. Just go live. We're just going live. It's Nez Nation Live. Hit that like button, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. It's so good to see you. How excited am I to see you guys? Look at this chat just blowing up. It is so awesome to see you guys. Flash is in the house. Yeah. Ed, Roz, I love it. Luke is even here. I haven't seen Luke and Dom in a long time. Good to see you guys. How you doing, Hybrid Steel? All right. Oh my God. This is how you start a live stream show with the right peeps, the right time, the right conductor, the right maestro, and the most beautiful, amazing family on the internet. So good to see you guys. How in the world are you? I hope you guys are doing really, really well. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Oh, I can't wait. Hey, Christian, good to see you. Fantastic. Awesome to see you. You might want to share this out because if you or anybody you know, maybe a family member, maybe a friend, if you're wondering at all, do I have, like, what does it even take to run a business? What do I need to understand? I mean, besides, capital, besides a product, a service, or good, beside the sort of material tangibles, you guys know how I do it on this show. I don't really like to talk about external things. I like to talk about internal things because I truly believe at the epicenter of your success is your ability to really know who you are, understand what makes you tick, and deliver in an effective way that's honest and genuine. That's what I truly believe. And the title of this video, Business Mindset Motivation, really taking a hard look. What does it take to be a successful business owner? What does it take to be a successful entrepreneur? We're going to dig right into it. I'm going to go personal. I'm going to go raw. You know how I do it every single week. If you're new here, if you're new to who is Professor Nez, I'm a personal branding coach, speaker, business owner, business communication professor, content creator, live stream host, podcast host. Is there anything else I don't do? I don't juggle kittens, but I probably should. Good to see you guys. Beth is here. Beth, you made it. Yes. Christian is here. We have to stop meeting like this, Hybrid Steel. Yes, that's right. Flash in your pan. It is so awesome to see you guys. Let me know in the chat. Are you a business owner? Are you an entrepreneur? Do you call yourself an entrepreneur? What do you think it takes? If you're watching this on the replay, what do you think it takes to be an entrepreneur? We're going to go right in. I'm going to give you about 5 or 6 kind of factors. So I'd like to just kind of go through this and check this off and make sure that this video brings you nothing but unbelievable, unrelenting bone marrow value. So you can truly give yourself that barometer. You can truly measure yourself. Wait a minute, time out. Maybe I don't have what it takes to be I mean, the word entrepreneur has been thrown around. I had to do this live stream. I just had to do this live. I didn't do this by choice. You forced me to do it. You forced me to do it. I had to go live and talk about this. Roz, it's so good to see you. Hybrid Steel is in the house. Stony Creek made it. Yes, Stony Creek is in the house. Stony Creek is in the house. Good to see you, Stony Creek. I hope you're doing really, really well. Guess what, Luke? Tell me what. Tell me what, Luke. Where have you been, Luke? I got a bone to pick with you, Luke. Oh, you know what? I forgot to wipe my lens. Big rule before you go live is to always wipe your lens. How many people do that before they hit record, before they go live? How many people do you clean your lens before you go live? If you're just coming in, make sure you hit that like button. You can smash it. You can crash it. You can click on it. You can fall on it. You can have a coma and just kind of hit the like button, whatever you want to. No, don't have a coma. I'm just kidding. I'm beating my uncle at a pool game. Come on, Unc. Don't let Stony take advantage of you. What's wrong with you, Unc? I'm in such a good mood. It's so good. Yes, Neil is here. Neil, how you doing, brother? Are you at the club? Rub-a-dub-dub up in the club. I got that aha request. You rock, Neil. So thank you so much, brother. Smack it, flip it, rub it down. That's exactly right, Beth. Thank you so much. All of a sudden, the Nez Nation show has gone completely haywire. We have completely done a U-turn, and this has turned into a X-rated. No, I'm kidding. It has not. It's always on point. It's always on fire. Good to see you, Neil. Just getting in. Okay, cool. Let me know if I can make another request. We might have to do smack it up, flip it up, rub it down. We might have to do some more Belle Biv DeVoe. Beth, did you play any Belle Biv DeVoe last time, Neil? uh, am I? And I am right, Luke. Okay, so wait. Oh, I thought that was Stony. So Luke, you're beating your uncle. I apologize. I thought that was Stony. Luke, you're beating your uncle at a pool game. Very nice. Are you right about what? Sir, guess what? I'm beating. Okay, I'm not sure. Oh, I'm writing a song. Okay, fantastic. Roz, I'm plain enjoying life as a business owner, faking it at being an entrepreneur and backing off to just plain being semi-retired. Oh, couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better, Roz. I absolutely love it. Hit that like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. I really, really appreciate you coming out, and you definitely might want to share this about what I do. What do I do? I didn't catch what you said about me and what I do. I don't know. Repeat that, please. Be more clear, Luke. You can't just come in here after 8 months of not being here and just all of a sudden expect your chat, your comments to get the highlight. What's wrong with you, Luke? No, I'm kidding. I'm just teasing. Neil says, need this week's request to be something obscure from your youth. Aha, I like that. What could be obscure? How about, I'm thinking on that 80s tip. I'm thinking Joy Division. Joy Division's one of my favorite kind of obscure, but they're not really obscure. I guess a lot of people know Joy Division. Hybrid says, I'm chilling now. Got a structure and record. Love it. Fantastic. Your amazing work. Thank you so much, Luke. I appreciate that. I really try. It means the world to me. I'm sure Ed will come up with something. Ed, you'll come up with something. Ed's got great musical taste. I'll kind of think of something obscure. I'll kind of think of something obscure for you to play. Don't worry. Tell me what era. Are we talking 70s? Are we talking 80s? Let me know what era. Beth says, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm a mom first. I'm an artist in I'm my personal brand ambassador, but not financially motivated. I love that. I've said this before, and this is, I think, people tell me all the time, Nez, how do you get, so many people engaged in your content, or how do you get so many people coming on your live stream, or how do you get, why are you, how are you doing this? How do you create so much content all the time? I think because I'm not monetized, I'm not monetarily driven either. I really am not. Yes, I make money with my consulting business, my coaching business. I make money as a actual professor at a university. I also make money with my other business, which is my online academy. Christian, are you ready for the link? Beyondtheboxacademy.com. We're bringing in new courses that are help from an actual professor. I'm not just some marketing douche. I'm not just some dude who's like, hey, look at me. I can create courses. I've been teaching, coaching, and training for over 27 years. Hello. So beyondtheboxacademy.com. Thank you, Christian, my mod. You're the mod with the most with the mod, the ultimate mod. You and Luis. I hope Luis gets in here very soon. Elizabeth, good to see you, Elizabeth. Come on in. It's good to see you. Mia Diva Rodriguez, good to see you. Awesome. So fantastic to see you guys. I'm just loving this. What did Ed say? Did Ed already request something? I missed it if he did. Neil says, any year you like, mate, BRB, just plug in stuff. Fantastic. Are you old enough to be at it for 27 years, Professor Nez? Oh, yes. Don't let these gorgeous non-wrinkles fool you. Are they really non-wrinkles? Oh, yeah. I've been doing this forever. I mean, here's the deal. And please hit that like button if you're just coming in. Please make sure you hit the like button down below. We would really, really, really appreciate it. I would say formally probably not 27 years, but here's what I mean by this. And I hope you guys can relate to this. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to this. It's great to see you, Elizabeth. I was always that friend. I've said this before on other live streams. I'm going to say it again. One of my favorite storytellers of all time, Mr. Mark Twain, once said, there are two miracles in your life: the day you're born and then the day that you find out why. I truly feel I was born on this earth to motivate, to inspire, to coach, to train, to educate, to help, to serve people. I really, truly feel that way. I truly feel that's my calling. How did I recognize that? Well, ever since I was a kid, I mean, literally ever since I was a kid, I've always had friends that were 15, 20 years older than me, first of all. and they always turned to me, and I was such a great listener. I seemed to be able to solve their problems. I was able to put things in perspective for them, even at a young age. We're talking like, even as like an 11-year-old, 10-year-old, I was always the go-to person. So that was a nice sort of self-examination and understanding that there's something to this. This is a recurring pattern. And it kept continuing on until adulthood, which is maybe part of the reason why I became a professor, in the first place. And if you look at all my books are all about inspiring. I have 7 books on Amazon. They're all about inspiring and motivating and, internal game, your inner game, not just your outer game. We focus so much on your outer game. And that's kind of what this live stream is all about, what I want to talk about today. And let's just jump into it because I can't wait. Modern day family man, good to see you. Awesome. Wow, we got a fuego chat. An infuego chat. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't hit it yet. Click on it, smash it, put your thumb on it. Let me know who's watching from mobile and who's watching from desktop. Let me know in the chat. I would love that because I don't want to be ruled by the man. I'm my own ruler and boss. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Ed. And actually, that's the first thing that I want to talk about is okay, mobile, fantastic. A lot of mobile. We got a couple desktopers. Flash is on the laptop. Dom is on his iPad. Okay, fantastic. Very cool. Neil, what are you on? I think Neil, you have a laptop too, right, Neil? Roz says desktop. Hybrid says desktop. Very cool. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys. That's good. I'm always curious where the live streams watch. When I watch Niminati or when I watch, yeah, he's got the DJ booth. That's right. When I watch the live streams that I love, I'm usually on mobile, but I actually prefer watching the shows that I love on my laptop or on desktop because it's just better for the chat. It's more engaging. I'd love your thoughts on that too. That's just how I feel. So, what does it take? What does it take, y'all? What does it take to be a business owner, whether it's online, whether it's offline? I want to dive deep. I want to dive deep into the mindset because it really starts there. I'm not going to necessarily be talking about how to set up your scheduling page, how to set up your website, how to, I'm not how to advertise, how to get traffic and market. I have a lot of videos about a lot of that stuff. I'll leave the playlist up here in the card on the replay. But I really want to talk internally. I want to talk mindset. I want to talk that thing in between your ears because here's a quote, and I'm sure some of you guys have heard this, and I want to see in the chat if you've heard this quote before. 99% of businesses fail within the first 12 months of being in business. 99% of businesses fail within the first 12 months. That's not an exaggeration. Look that up. 99%. Has anybody ever heard that quote before? Has anybody ever heard anything anywhere near that before? Let me know in the chat. Have you heard that before? Let's see here. Christian, thank you. I touch type. Those who can't work inspect. Those who can't expect teach. Very nice. Beth in the house. Yeah, Elizabeth said, I'm sure I've heard of that. Stony, yep. Dom, nope. Okay. I'll tell you why 99% of businesses fail within the first 12 months of going into business. Because, businesses start up every single day, right? They start up every single day. They fail every single day. Professor Nez has had businesses that have failed. I know this comes as a shock, but yes, even Professor Nez has had endeavors fail. Way before the internet, I helped my family business, it's a leather manufacturing company. I helped my family's business grow, and we even went into retail. Several of those retail endeavors flopped. They failed. Okay. And I want to talk about really what it was. Some of it is actually based on genuine, real kind of reasons and practicality and the economics and just it just didn't work out. Some of it has to do with real tangible reasons, but most of it, and this is where I say this is really where the 99% lies. Most people, the reason why businesses fail within the first 12 months is because of this dude right here. They quit. They give up. They say it's not working. They don't have the patience. They don't understand what it takes to run a profitable business. Just because you're making revenue does not mean you have a successful business. It's a great start. It's a fantastic start. But when I say running a successful business, I mean a business that's making profit, a business that's not draining your bank account, that's not draining your investments, your friends, your family. You're actually able to do your thing, be your own sovereign, and you're making money enough to sustain yourself. This is why 90% of them fail. 99% of them fail is because people give up way too soon. So the first thing I'm going to say right now of what it takes to run a successful business, how to run a successful business, how to be a successful entrepreneur is you've got to understand that it's going to take an enormous amount of time. We're probably living in the most instant gratification society mindset on the planet right now in the history of mankind. I don't think the expectation has never quite been this instantaneous of wanting gratification, wanting reward, pleasure reward system, our dopamine brains, our endocrine system, our nervous system giving us that instant reward. With technology, with connectivity, with fast internet speeds, with just impatience and ADHD running amok, that whole kind of mindset of now, 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 now has become all too pervasive. And I'm telling you right now, if you have a now, 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 it has to happen now mindset, you might as well give up. You might as well not even try to run a business because take it from somebody who's had plenty of businesses fail, but who also currently right now is running successful businesses. You've got to be able to weather the ups and downs. One of the main distinctions between a W-2 job or just a wage earning job and running a business is the security. Well, I mean, there's no such thing as security really in anything. I mean, I don't really believe in security as far as that goes. But if you were to say that maybe there's more security in a 9 to 5, a more wage earning type of position, yes, there definitely is because you're guaranteed a certain amount of income every single month as long as you keep the job. But with economics, with changing, political climates and business climates and commerce climates and technology taking over and automating things, nothing is ever secure. In business, it's not like that. You don't have a guaranteed, this is the number I'm going to get in my bank account. This is the amount of profit I'm going to get every single month. It just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. So when people are first trying to start a business, and really this is for people who are thinking about running a business. And the reason that I'm inspired by this live stream and creating this for you guys and serving you is I'm a successful business owner, but it came through a lot of failure. It came through a lot of testing. It came through a lot of what in the F am I doing? How do I fix this? It came through a lot of testing and twerking and trial and error, falling on my ass, but always getting back up. Let me know if that makes sense in the chat here. Let's see here. Modern day family. Yep, I've had my own share of failed businesses. Fantastic. Good to see you, modern day family man. Awesome. Dom says never give up. Yes, Beth. Or they start strong and get comfortable. Ooh, I like that. See, you guys don't believe me when I say this. Well, I don't know who I'm talking to. Of course you believe me. But there are some people who, when I say this to them, when they've never been in this Nez Nation chat, you don't just get Nez. Look at the beautiful, ingenious, intelligent, sophisticated. I mean, the awesome people that are in the chat who are delivering value as well. Beautifully said, Beth. Beautifully said. I love that. I thought it was about 95% of restaurants that fail. No, I think it's all businesses. Stony Creek. Years ago, before I was 30, the first business I owned was a tavern. I think it failed because I drank the profits. Yes, note to self, do not drink the profits. That's not good. Hit that like button if you're just coming in. Good to see you. Roz, enjoy what you do. Find a challenge and go for it. Love it. Hey, Nez, can you help me with something? Yes, just let's get through this, Dom. And don't worry. If you have any questions at the end, I'm happy to answer any questions. Flash says, do not listen to the doubters. Fight the doubt within. Don't quit. If you want it bad enough, it's a fight. Yes. And by the way, I just released a brand new video. When did I release it? I think it was on Friday. Yes, on Friday. Remember, I had a hiccup. I know some of you guys in my Nez Nation group. And by the way, remind me, I'd like to send the link. Maybe somebody could do it for me. Christian, if you could put the link to our private Nez Nation group on YouTube. Well, private. I mean, it's open, but obviously, I mean, our Nez Nation, our Nez Nation YouTube group. I don't know if you can you share that link if you don't mind, Christian, or somebody? That'd be fantastic because I want people to be able to join that. We've got an awesome, awesome way of communicating, just kind of like a little Discord. I know some of you guys have heard of Discord, or we've also got it's kind of like just our own little chat back and forth, almost like our own little personal Slack that YouTube has provided for us. So it's the Nez Nation Personal Branding Group. Okay, you can't, Christian, no problem. Okay, I'll try to do that at the end. Make sure you stick around because I'd like you to join that group. Good to see you, Gord. Fantastic. Good to see. Okay, I think okay, I'm the only one who can share it. Okay, that's fantastic. That's not a problem at all. I'll figure that out. So if you don't understand, that's the first thing I want to talk about. And I love the chat. I love what you guys are bouncing off for feedback. It's fantastic. If you don't understand that this is going to take a exorbitant amount, an almost immeasurable amount of time. And here's the thing too. I love what Beth said. They get too comfortable and their business fails. Not only is it going to take a lot of work and a lot of time, and almost probably you're going to have to drench the most amount of patience you've ever had to exert in your entire life. Some people do get lucky. They have success, they have profit within the first 6 to 12 months, especially if you're starting something like a service business. There's a way to make money fast and quickly. But if you do get too complacent, or if you have that expectation that, well, why isn't this? Wait a minute, I had a great, like when I first started the service business, I had 6 months straight of straight up a profit, but now all of a sudden I'm having a couple slow months. My gas bill's coming up, my mortgage is coming up. What in the world is going on? Okay, I got to go back to the corporate world. They give up, they quit. And by the way, here's another thing too. I see this kind of advice all over social media, and it drives me crazy. If you're thinking about starting a business and you already have a 9 to 5 secure gig, and of course, if you're not happy there, take the steps necessary and start the process of getting out of something that's making you unhappy. But by all means, don't just quit your job. Don't just quit and go, okay, now I'm going to start a business. That's insanity. That's insanity. Especially if you've got mouths to feed, especially if you've got bills, if you've got family. I mean, holy macadamia nut. I see some of this advice. You should quit your job. I mean, it's the first 10 seconds of the ad. Quit your 9 to 5 job. Working 9 to 5s for losers. Look, uh, you know, there's nothing wrong with working 9 to 5. What I think the message gets muddled or it gets misguided is that there's so many opportunities now to do something that can make you feel fulfilled, that can actually give you a sense of control over how you work and what your hours are and then who you serve and what you do. There's just more opportunity now that didn't exist 10, 15 years ago, or maybe even 6, 7 years ago. There's a plethora of opportunities. So, I definitely, definitely, definitely want to make sure that I say this up front. All of these concepts and all of the everything that we're going to be talking about in today's stream is definitely contingent upon you being able to take care of yourself and make money. Don't just quit your job. I see this kind of advice being spewed all over social media, and I think it's very, very misguided. I think it's dangerous, actually. It's dangerous advice to be giving because I think a lot of people actually do it. They think, well, gosh, it's so easy. All I need to do is open up a Shopify store and I'll make, enough to pay the bills. Cool. I'll just go do that right now. I'll become a drop shipper, or I'll open up a e-commerce, or I'll start a print on demand business. You got to be careful. You have to be careful. It takes time. Like, for example, for me, when I started my coaching consulting business, I was teaching like 10, 11 classes a semester. It was a major, major grind. I was kind of like the entrepreneurial professor. Now, since I've gotten to a point where my business can sustain, I've cut down to like literally 2 to 3 classes a semester. I mean, that's almost like an 85% drop, but I still teach at the university. A, because I love it, but B, because, it is still a significant source of revenue and it's a significant source of income. and I love it. I just love it. I think if my businesses, which are doing fantastic, even if they did take off, I think I love teaching. I love this, which is why live streaming has come so natural to me. I've been doing this forever. I've been doing this forever. So definitely don't quit your job, okay? Until you have a system, a process in place that allows you to get consistent revenue on a monthly basis that feeds your family and takes care of you. Let's see what we got here. Hybrid steel. YouTube needs time to grow. Yes, some people grow really quick, but then the channel can grind to a halt. It's the same mindset, isn't it? Hybrid steel. I mean, so many people quit YouTube. So many people quit Instagram or they quit content creation because they think that, like, well, I'm not getting the views, I'm not getting the subscribers. And I just published a video on Friday where I literally sit down with somebody who's thinking about starting a business, thinking about starting a podcast, thinking about starting an Instagram, I'm sorry, a platform for themselves. And I literally walk them through. I mean, it's a 20-minute long video. I think it's just absolute fire of really helpful, I mean, nitty-gritty. Dom, if you haven't seen that yet, go watch that. You and Luke specifically, because I know you guys are always asking me questions about entrepreneurial and business, and I love it, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying those videos will really help you. It's called, what was the last video called? Gosh, it's so amazing. I create so much content. I have no idea what the last video was called. Maybe somebody could leave a link in the chat. Yes, so it's basics of branding, how to clarify your message. So I literally help this person create a platform and create something that they can eventually monetize if they want to, which is fantastic. And I don't have anything against monetizing. I mentioned earlier, I'm not one of these people who asks you guys or tell. This is not. Hopefully, this doesn't come across as salesy or infomercially or anything like that. Even though I think sales has gotten a really bad rap. When people say sales, they have this negative image in their head. Sales is a very natural thing to do, and sales is actually a very important thing to do. If there's no selling, there's no such thing as business at all, period. I mean, anything. Universities sell, nonprofits sell. Selling is as natural as oxygen. So don't get it twisted. Um, but I never, I hardly ever tell my audience to do something or go buy something or go check out something. I will mention things. I will always offer it, right? But I never push it. That's like maybe that's the key. Don't ever push it. Yeah, you should. You definitely should. Definitely go check it out. It's extremely important. Beth says teaching keeps you young. Absolutely. Fantastic. Hybrid Steel. My friend is about to hit 100K on YouTube. He still works 9 till 6 for a tiny bit longer. I love that. Thank you, Hybrid Steel. Ed says everyone sells something. You better believe it. You better believe it. You want something I got? How are you going to know if I don't tell you? I love you guys, Nez Nation. I love you guys. You guys are so awesome. You rock. You just rock. You ring my bell. You totally ring my bell. You guys are just amazing. Smart. Look how smart. I dare you to find another live stream audience. I dare you to find another online community like the Nez Nation community. They just rock it. We know. Exactly. So besides that, I want to tell you another thing that I think is really important for you. If you're thinking about becoming a opening up a business or becoming an entrepreneur, what it takes, what's the business mindset that it takes. And I think the ones that are sustainable, the ones that have longevity, are the business owners who understand what their motivation is. You need to find your motivation. What is it that's this is really all about? It can't just be for money. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with making money. Make money, but it needs to be something. You can make money doing anything. You're not going to sustain it if you're not finding a motivation that is anchored into your inner purpose, your inner motivation. Again, not external, not material. And don't get me wrong, money is important. Material's good. It's nice to have money in the bank. It's nice to be able to go into a store and say, honey, buy whatever you want, which I love doing with my goddess of a wife, who I feel I'm the luckiest guy on the planet that I have such an amazing wife. It's a great feeling, especially for a dude. I'll just be honest with you. It's a great feeling. Honey, you like those shoes? Buy them. Honey, you want that $2,000 purse? Fantastic. It's a great feeling. But my motivation for being a business owner, because the hours The hours are ceaseless. Let me tell you something too before I get into that. Perfect case in point. Last night, this happened literally last night, and I know you guys can relate. You business owners, people who have a business yourself, you can totally relate to this. Literally last night, I stayed up till about 1:30 in the morning tweaking the language on my scheduling page, tweaking the call buttons, the CTA buttons on my actual scheduling page, doing iteration after iteration, draft after draft, saying, "Honey, my poor wife who just wants to go to bed after a long day of taking care of the kids." I say, "Honey, take a look at this. Tell me what you think of this. Do you think this looks is this gonna incite action? Does it look appropriate? Is it too pushy?" Because I agree with you, Ed. I flash. I agree with you 1,000,000,000%. And let me tell you something. I've got videos on this too, and you got to go check this out. Yes, Nick. Good to see you, Nick. Studying for a finance exam. Awesome to see you, Nick. Mike Paulus in the house. Good to see you, Mike. Yes, exactly. This is what I love about our Nez Nation community, Mike, and you were definitely a part of the Nez Nation community. It is a never ending process, never ending. I think I probably changed things on my website, the craftsmanship, the messaging, the branding, the colors, the design, the links, the backlinks. I think I probably alter, change, modify pretty much 3 to 4 or 5 times a week. I mean, it's like it's never, never ending. Another benefit of having a 9 to 5 gig, which is this is what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. This is the business motivation mindset. If you think that you're going to just have more freedom, which relates to your motivation, because that's my motivation for having a business. I find it hard to take orders from somebody who I know is just not going to be able to do it as good as I can or not be able to execute as well as I can. I like being my own sovereign. And this is not anything kind of like, narcissist trip or power trip. Just I like being in control of my own thing. That's it. I mean, I just do. I feel like I can do what I do in a more simplified, effective way. And that is one of my big motivations. But if you think that quitting a 9 to 5, let me get back to that just for a second. If you think quitting a 9 to 5 and starting a business is going to equal more freedom in the sense that, boy, you're going to be able to sit on Waikiki with coconut margaritas and just, have your laptop every once in a while and work the 4-hour work week, which is a bunch of BS. I hate to say this, you're going to be cruelly deceived. You've got another thing coming because being an entrepreneur, being a business owner is 24/7. For me, it's 24/8. But it is a 24/7. There is no punch out clock. There is no, okay, I'm here. I'm here, boss. Here to get to work. Punch in. There's no punch in, punch out. It's around the clock. There is no clock. It's around the clock. And I know most of you guys understand that. Stony Creek, something that is overlooked. You have to spend money to make money. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Yes, you do. One of the things that I think is a hallmark of a successful entrepreneur is not giving themselves so much of a paycheck every single cycle. Investing money back into your business is really, especially when you're starting out. When you get to a point where you're making, a good amount of, you've got a system in place, you've got a process in place, you've got your top tier team in place, you've got all your ducks lined up and the money is good and the clients are good or whatever it is, your customers, whatever you're selling or whatever it is your business is based on. Yes, of course. Take some money and give it to yourself. Of course, you deserve it. But I'd say in the first 1 to 5 years, and I say 1 to 5 years is just a random, not really random. I mean, it really, it takes that long. I would say put the money back in your business. Invest the money back in your business. Absolutely. It does take money to earn money for sure. And scared money never makes money. Scared money is a loss. You cannot be scared. You have to have balls to be a business owner. You've got to have cojones to be a successful entrepreneur. Hybrid Steel, my dad worked for everyone else for years and years. Then 12 years ago, he sold up the house and moved us to Wales to set up his own business at Holiday Lets. If you ask him why, it's because he didn't want, oh, I can't wait to hear that, to work for everyone else. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great motivation. That's a fantastic motivation. So, yeah, the ability to create your own schedule, to create your own work environment, to be in charge of your and own your own kind of process and your own day to day is a beautiful motivation. It's a beautiful motivation. I just don't want people to have the, kind of illusion that this means leisure or coconut and yachts, as I like to say on the live stream. It's not coconuts and yachts, y'all. I mean, it is serious blood, toil, sweat, nerves, mental breakdowns, frustration, anxiety. I mean, it's all sorts of things. And here we go. Here's another case in point. I like to give you real, tangible examples. So I had an amazing September, a record-breaking month for not revenue, but both revenue and profit. Actually, again, there's a difference between revenue and profit. You got to know the difference. Um, Record-breaking month in September. October, holy macadamia nut. And I'm sure it had a lot to do with the stock market, but October just kind of jammed to a halt for me, at least for my business. I mean, maybe not for everybody's business, but for my business, it did, especially towards the end of October. And so, if you hadn't seen me around a lot on social for the first couple weeks of November, it was because I was working overtime, following up with clients, doing a lot more back end stuff, creating proposals, submitting proposals, getting on the phone with prospective clients, which is a really big thing for being a business owner. You got to not be afraid. I'm seeing too many people get afraid to get on the phone, especially if you have a service business. Don't be afraid to get on the phone. Yes, video humanizes you, video three dimensionalizes you, as I've said before. And having a video conference chat is great, but getting on the phone, getting that personal touch, maybe even meeting a client, prospective client for coffee, especially if they're in your local area, it pays insane amounts of dividends. And so, perfect case in point, these last 2 weeks, these first 2 weeks of November, I was in grind mode like you never even seen. I mean, my wife didn't even recognize me. I was working triple, quadruple, quintuplet overtime, and that sometimes is what it takes. But again, I totally love what you said, Hybrid Steel, about your dad. I think that's rad. Of course, there's that beautiful ability to take ownership, right? You're in charge. You are the boss. You are the CEO and founder of your own business, and you get to decide. You get to dictate your own terms. But believe me, it comes at a real. I would be remiss if I didn't say it comes at a real cost. It really does. 9 to 5, you can once you punch out, you're done. 9 to 5, once you punch out, once come 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or whatever, you can watch Netflix. You can hang out with your kids and your family. You can go to the bar. You can go to the club if you want to. You're off. You're logistically off. I mean, specifically, you're off. Entrepreneurship, having a business, there's no such thing as off. Off doesn't exist. You're always on, and that's just the sad truth. Because nobody will care about your own business the way you do. So even if you have an employee, let's say like when I was working in retail, when I was running a retail chain, of course I had employees, and of course I even had good employees that I trusted, but because when you're the business owner, it's all on you and you care so much about it being a success. I still worried about it. I still kept an eye on it. I still made myself available just in case something happened. I mean, you're always, always on. You have to understand that. But finding your motivation that's not just monetary based is really important. Being in control of your own life is a real great motivation. Okay. I wanted to do something where I made the decisions. I had control over what I was putting in and what I was getting out. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay. Um, Another thing that I think it takes is you've got to get over the perfectionist mindset. You have got to get over the perfectionist mindset. Hey, Luis in the house, our other mod extraordinaire. Good to see you, Luis. How are you, sir? It is fantastic to see you. Make sure you hit that like button coming on in, and that is fantastic. You got to say hello to Luis. It's so good to see you, Luis. Ed says, I work 6 to 4 and then come home and work till midnight or 1, then wake up and do it over again. Man, Ed, I can't even tell you how much I relate to that. Yes, it is a 24/8 job, Stony. Trust me on that. Need grande cojones. Mia, thank you so much, Mia. Not just any kind of cojones, or maybe grande macadamia nuts. Ross, thank you so much. Oh man, Luis, it's so good to see you. Christian, okay, and Christian, I think we talked about this. So this is another thing I want to talk about. This is what really business motivation mindset is all about. Just do it. Do it. Don't overthink it. Stop overthinking logos. Stop spending so much time like, well, what do I don't know. Is the reason why you have perfectionist mindset, the reason why you're not doing it and you're saying, well, I'll get to it in 2019. I'll get to it in the summer. I'll have more time in the summer. Well, I'll get to it around Thanksgiving break, or I'll get to it around Christmas. Delay, delay, delay. You're never going to do it. You need to just do it. You're overthinking it and you're worried about failure. Let me suspend your disbelief. Let me spare you the suspense. Suspend your disbelief. What the world does that mean? Let me suspend your disbelief. You're going to fail. No, let me spare you the suspense. What did I say at the top of the hour? 99% of businesses fail within the first 12 months because this dude right here. This dude right here. The guy inside your head who's constantly doubting you, who's constantly saying it's got to be perfect before you start. You've got to have every single duck in the row, even ducks that aren't even your ducks. Ducks that are in another part of the world, another part of the county. You've got to get over this. Just do it. Try it out. Let me spare you the suspense. You're going to fumble, mumble, and stumble 1,000,006 times. It's going to happen. So what? You ask any successful business owner, and they will tell you their success came on the back of numerous failures. Their success arrived on the back of multiple failures. What are you afraid of? Get started. Just do it. That is a business mindset motivation you need to adopt. You need to stop overthinking it. You need to just do it. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Flash. Keep it super, super simple. I mean, go to my website right now. Go to professornez.com and you will see my tagline, my CTA, my value proposition, whatever the hell they call it nowadays. Very, very simple. Are you struggling to grow your business or your career? It starts with a clearly defined brand message. Let me help you earn more, grow faster, and stress less. Simple. Don't overthink it. I don't have a million pages or 600 tabs, or I've got videos, I've got podcasts, I've got books, and I've got a homepage. That's pretty much about it. And I've got my obviously I've got my consulting page too. Keep it simple. You don't even need a multiple page website. You could literally get by, especially if you're trying to create an online business, you can get by with a single landing page. Simple, simple, simple. How to clarify your message. In the last video that I dropped on YouTube, if you go, Patty's in the house. Yes, Patty, good to see you. Come on in, hit that like button, Patty. Fantastic to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Jumping in for a sec. I can't stay. I have to hit the like button. Thank you. So much cooking going on here. Okay, thank you so much, Patty. You are the best, Patty. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. Roz said, trash the disbelief, believe in what you can do. And like Professor Nez says, do it. Just do it. Even if you're like questioning yourself, even if you've got a million questions, do it. Just do it. You learn. A lot of people do this. They'll watch, a million videos. They'll take 1,000 courses. They'll go to workshops. They'll go to seminars. They'll go to conferences. And it's like, well, I got to prepare. I got to prepare. I got to know what I'm doing before I do it. No, you don't. You ask any business owner, they don't know jack S before they do it. You learn while you're doing it. You learn about payment processing. You learn about scheduling. You learn about website. You learn about landing page. You learn about, cost per lead. You learn about cost per acquisition. You learn about all these things as you go. You learn about inventory. You learn about cost, reducing costs, receivables. You learn all about that stuff while you're doing it. As my man John Locke says, hybrid steel, correct me if I'm wrong, or Neil, if you're still here, correct me if I'm wrong. John Locke is a British philosopher. I believe he's British. He was one of the great influences on Thomas Jefferson, who's one of my favorite writers of all time, if not my favorite writer of all time. In the words of John Locke, the greatest teacher on the planet The greatest teacher for a human is experience itself. You learn by doing. So just do it. Trust me. You know how grateful you're going to, you know how good you're going to feel. Even if you fail, do you know how amazing it's going to feel to say, I did it? I actually gave it a shot. That's going to feel like an immense, beautiful, glowing meteorite in your chest. It's going to feel awesome. The fact, even if you failed, the fact that you did it is awesome. But regret, regret is, man, regret's one of the worst things. Um, it's one of the worst things ever. It really is. I mean, it's just one of the worst things ever. I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shoulda, woulda, couldas are just the death of humans. Don't get into the shoulda, woulda, coulda. You start getting into the shoulda, woulda, coulda, it's all gone. Hasta la pasta. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. So just do it. You need to do it right now. You learn by doing. I will catch the replay. Thank you so much, Patty. Oops, spelling is no problem, Roz. Luis, greatness doesn't come overnight. Every day equals to greatness because you are learning to craft. Yes. Yes. And as I've said before, and as I've said before thank you so much, Hybrid Steel. I appreciate that. As I've said before, I hope your new baby's okay, Hybrid Steel, by the way. Let us know how he's doing, or I believe it was a he, wasn't it? I believe so. I could be wrong about that, but I hope your new baby pasta yum. That's right, Roz. How much can you learn before you jump in because you feel you know enough? I love the learn it when you need it way. Yes. Yes. Okay, I'll try not to be too loud, okay, Hybrid Steel? Hopefully you're wearing some phones. um yes, absolutely. This is the thing too is people don't understand that everybody, pretty much everybody has done it this way for centuries. Everybody's done it this way. They've jumped in with 2 feet and they figure it out as they go along, and they adopt what I like to call a learn it all mindset, not a know it all mindset. Business mindset motivation. You need to adopt a learn it all mindset constantly, constantly. Luis, to piggyback on what Luis said, constantly learning, constantly tweaking, constantly experimenting, constantly expanding, constantly. It's constant. I think Mike, if you're still here, let me know in the chat. You said it very apropos. It's a constant process. It's a constant process. Okay, just had to take a quick swiggle. Thank you so much, Hybrid. So yeah, I love John Locke. It's okay. You're on volume control. Thank you. Thank God. So much like the JIT that I learned in business economics so many years ago. Yes, Roz, that is awesome. I love my educated, smart, intelligent Nez Nation family. Beth says, I've used the learn it when you need it way my whole life. I'm done dog paddling. I would rather study first. Okay. So you would rather okay, and by the way, it's not entirely like just kind of say F it and just jump in. Of course, but the thing is like what's stopping people from jumping in the water is this fear of like, what if I sink? What if I drown? What if I don't swim what if people look at me? What if Get over it. You've got to do you're going to be studying. The point is, Beth, I love the way you said that. You're gonna be studying nonstop. I'm studying every single day. I listen to podcasts every single day. I'm on the gym, in the car. I'm listening to the people who have come before me, especially in this online space. I mean, a lot of the business people, I've been doing business my whole life. I understand that, but acclimating it and adapting it to this online landscape is something that I constantly and even if I did know about it, who cares? I wanna constantly be getting better and better and better. I think that's why I can bring so much value to you guys, because I don't have a know-it-all mindset. I'm always trying to keep learning. I think if you have a continual learning mindset, that is one of your best currencies you can possess. I really truly believe that. So you're always studying. You will be studying. Weird Heather. Yes, Weird Heather. Hit that like button just coming in. Good to see you, Weird Heather. Awesome. Thank God for Weird Heather. She is in the house. Thank God for your weirdness. I love Weird Heather. And I love weirdness. Keep it weird. Let's keep it weird. Let's keep America weird again. Let's make America weird again. Where's that hat? Make America weird again. I want to go back to the 60s and 70s where people were weird and it was fun and it was exciting. It was creative. Everybody takes themselves so seriously now. You can't say anything anymore. Can we go back to the 70s and 60s? At least the mindset there, more loving, inclusive, more expansive, I think that's really, really important. So and it's so funny. I put set goals for yourself on here that I wanted to talk about too. We've kind of been talking about that. One of them was is accept that failure is a part of the process. And that is definitely what the inside of a successful entrepreneur looks like is somebody who understands that failure, understands that this ad might not work, this service might fail, this client might want a refund, this product might be the worst thing that ever hit the market. It happens all the time. Accepting that, embracing that is going to be something that will enable your success. Accepting that failure is a part of the process is going to lead to multiple, multiple successes and long term success as well. So what? So what? It's the same thing I tell my writing students who are trying to get published. I say, send out your work to everybody. What's the worst thing that can happen? They say no. So what? Call a million clients. You know, send a direct message on LinkedIn to a million CEOs if that's what you want to do. Let's say you want to, you want to become an executive or you want to become the next executive for Amazon or Facebook or what have you. Send them direct emails. Just you never know. You're gonna, if you send 100 out, one or two are going to say, I'm interesting. What do you got? What are you going to do for me? I mean, you just catch that one person at the right time, right point. Even though you got 98 no's, that yes was worth the 98 no's. Does that make sense? That one yes was worth it. Yes, keep it weird. Thank you so much, Roz. Absolutely. Stony Creek, 3 years to 50, still in college, never too old to learn. Agree. Life would be boring if you quit learning. Stony, I commend you, sir. I dig you, sir. I applaud you, sir. I am so happy you're a part of the Nez Nation family. God, I love this crew. Who doesn't love this crew? Isn't this the greatest crew of all time? I love this crew. So, if you understand that failure is a part of it, if you understand that you're never ever off the clock, that this is a consistent, constant, I should take away consistent. It's not only consistent, it's a constant process. If you understand that failure is a part of the process and you understand that it's going to take a very long time, you have to exercise some serious resiliency, patience, and embrace the fact that in the first 12 months, first 36 months, making a profit is very rare for brand new businesses. If you understand what it takes to be a successful business owner, a successful entrepreneur, if you understand that this is really the gist of it, that you're going to be up at 2 in the morning sometimes, if not every night, that it's going to take a lot of time, but eventually you'll get to a place where you can hire people, you can have a team, and you can reduce some of the sort of menial tasks or tasks that maybe don't serve you and your skill sets and don't amplify your skill sets, and it frees up more time for you. This is what it takes in the beginning. This is what it takes in the beginning. And so make sure that you heed this. You need to watch this and listen to this live stream podcast over and over and over again, because this is what it takes. Did I leave anything out before we get out of here? Did I leave anything out? Christian, good man. Yes, Weird Heather. And we love your enthusiasm. It's always a great welcome here. Yes, we do. Absolutely. Love it. Don't you love this Nez Nation crew? I just love this Nez Nation crew. I can't get over you guys. I'm madly in love with you guys. Nez Nation Summit is coming, y'all. Nez Nation Summit is coming, y'all. Now, we didn't talk about money because, I mean, Christian brought up an interesting thing. He said it takes money to make money, and I completely believe that. Another thing too I want to talk about, actually, that I have to really mention, and well, let me get into what Stony Creek said is, yes, do you have to have capital to start a business? Absolutely, I think you do. Now, you can go to the bank and get a loan. There's plenty of ways to finance that, especially if you're a business that's selling products and you need inventory and you need space or what have you, you need, there's a lot of costs. There's a ton of tax benefits too to running a business. But yes, there is a lot of cost, but there's also a lot of ways in which you can reduce cost. Okay. And you need to definitely research those methodologies. I would say, because I get this question a lot, like, what's the average amount of Neil, customers are a pain in the ass. Go, yeah. It's interesting. I had a terrible experience with a client recently. I mean, terrible. I mean, 99.99% of my clients love me. I mean, how could you not? Let's be honest. But I had a young buck. He was like a 22-year-old, and of course, I'm not going to mention his name here, but boy, I mean, first of all, the consultation was a nightmare, just trying to get through it. I wasn't getting any response from him, and everything that I was trying to do to cultivate an environment of professionalism was just being thwarted. I'm not going to go into it, but I was happy to return him his money. It was so interesting. Everything he complained about was the things that I was trying to convey to him and the things I was trying to service him about. And he just didn't realize at all anything that I was trying to do for him. And we went back and forth a couple of times in emails and, he was actually very, very, um, he had no problem communicating his opinions about me, and I just try to keep it cool and keep it professional, and that can really hurt because even though you've got 99 amazing clients who are ready to go to bat for you and die for you, that one that just thinks you're absolute crap for some reason sticks in your head, doesn't it? Can sometimes ruin your day, even maybe even ruin your week. Um, that happened. This is another thing it takes to be a successful business owner, to be a successful entrepreneur. Not everybody's going to like you. Even you, as beautiful, charming, endearing, and lovable there's going to be some people who just you don't mesh with, you don't fit with, you don't work well with. And sometimes, as if you understand YouTube at all, which most of you guys in the chat do, you're going to get some haters. You're going to get some choice words. It's a part of the process. If you understand and embrace that, there's no trolls when you're working 9 to 5. I mean, you don't have somebody, I mean, you might have some toxic coworkers, but you don't have trolls when you're just working a regular job. I mean, you really don't. When you're branding, when you're building a brand, you're building a business identity, a core identity to communicate and serve an audience of customers or clients, you're going to get haters. It's just natural as rain. You're going to get haters. If you can embrace that, if you can understand that, if you can let that kind of permeate you, you're going to be just fine. I promise. Nez Summit. That's right, baby. Good to see you, Louise. Thank you. Roz says it's great discovery to feel like you're in the right tribe. You're so in the right tribe, Roz. You have no idea. Well, you do have an idea, but I'm so happy you're here. Neil, yes, there's going to be a NezCon. Yeah. Should I have a NezCon? I was going to call it Nez Summit. Weird, Heather. NezCon. That sounds great. You thought TanaCon was bad. Wait till you see NezCon. Yeah, it's true, Beth. It's absolutely true. Ooh, Neil's ready for a request. Okay. Um, I want to listen to what era are we looking at, Neil? Tell me. What do you have everything or what? What era do you have? Oh, Neil, that's so terrific. I also want the shot. I want the snapshot or the video. You got to send that to me, Neil. I'm so happy to see you, Neil. Oingo Boingo. I like that. Yes, Flash. Let's go with Oingo Boingo. I'm down like James Brown. Yeah. It's what's that song called? It's a Dead Man's Party. That's a fantastic song. It's only their opinion, Roz says, which you have a choice to believe or not. Yes, Beth, MJ's PYT. What's that? Hybrid Steel. I have one of those people. Doesn't matter what I advise him with. He just became a pain in my ass. Even made a video about me lying about him. That stuck with me. Yeah, let me tell you something too about negativity, and let me tell you about toxicity and people. Because one of the things I wanted to advocate here that it takes to be a successful business owner is surrounding yourself with successful people, surrounding yourself with a team, a group, a tribe of supporters is a really great way, which I love about this Nez Nation community. There's so many studies as well that prove that having a thriving tribe, as Roz said so beautifully, having a community that's supportive and helpful is just a testament to your success. It's an absolute testament to your success. Um, the reason why we can focus on negativity more so than positivity, this is actually etched into our reptilian brain, our hypothalamus. And what happens is the brain is more readily receptive. I'm sorry, the brain is more readily receptive to negative instances or experiences than positive experiences because it's a survival thing. It's a sort of fight or flight thing. It's a survival defense mechanism. So the brain kind of locks in that memory so that it can preserve itself, so that it recognizes it next time. And so our brain is actually more, memorize, or we can recall to our memory more readily negative instances and experiences than positive ones. That's why that 1 out of 99 always sticks out. It's that one client, it's that one customer, it's that one person, it's that one audience member, it's that one troll that can, do it to us. And I always say, just, I'm very honest about it. I mean, I try not to pretend I'm too cool for school, even though there's a lot of people that do. It does affect me. I do get hurt by it. I mean, I know who I am. I understand who I serve. It doesn't stick with me like it used to in my 20s and 30s, thank God. But it does hurt. It always hurts. And it's okay. Here's the cool thing, it's okay if it hurts. You're a damn human being. It's supposed to hurt. Okay. But you always will survive. And there's always people here that love you. And the people who love you way outweigh the people who hate on you. Always. Especially in the Nez Nation family. I love you guys so much. Um, let's see. Flash. That's a good one too. Yes. What did Christian say? Weird Science. Oh, yes, Weird Science. That's a rad one. Luis says, once you get haters, that means that you've made it. That is the way I love that, Luis. It's called perspective. I love it. Hey, George TV, good to see you. Come on in. Beth says, you guys don't know Michael Jackson is MJ and sings an amazing song called PYT. Uh, I guess that it won't be on Nez's. Wait, PYT. PYT. What is PYT? I can't think of it right now. I'm old, man. Give me a break. Weird Heather. So we're actually wired to be negative. Wow, didn't realize it was. It is a biological thing. Yes, look this up. It is we're not wired to be negative. We're wired to let me clarify. We're not wired to be negative. We're wired to receive and memorize and hold on to negative experiences more often as a survival mechanism. It's an internal evolutionary survival mechanism. How come your channel stopped growing after last year in March? I remember when you had 1K, now you only have 1.2. How did you grow so fast and then halt? George, I'm not really too worried about it. Um, to be honest, 2017 is when I really started taking my YouTube channel to the next level and started learning the art and science of YouTube, especially with the beautiful help of hashtag Niminati. Let's see some hashtag Niminati in the chat. Nick and Dee have been a huge part of my success. And so is Gord Eisman. If Gord's still here, Gord is fantastic. He's been a big help as well. But understanding about the real art and science of SEO, which I've become kind of a master at SEO, even for my website, and understanding the real kind of sophistication of creating searchable content and just becoming a better and better video creator. I'm not worried about growth in the sense of metrics. You know what I really care about, George TV, is this unbelievable audience and this unbelievable community, this Nez Nation Live community. And I wouldn't trade that for a million subscribers. I honestly, I know you don't believe me. I really wouldn't. When I've got people like Beth, when I've got people like Ed, when I've got people like Luis and Christian and Roz, when I've got people like Neil, I mean this amazing group of individuals, Sharon and Dom and Lion and Luis. I mean, when you've got an amazing family like this, and I know I'm missing some people, I'm not worried about views. I'm not worried about subscribers. I'm just going to keep on doing what I do. I'm branding myself, actually. I'm creating brand. And when you care about your reputation, you care about your ethos, you care about your legacy, you're not worried about views and subscribers. The only thing I'm worried about is serving my audience and serve my audience well. That's all I care about. If you're just coming in, hit that like button down below. I would really, really appreciate it. Hashtag Niminati in the house. No problem, George. Yeah, I like your channels, so don't take my question as negatives. No, thank you so much, George. No, no, no problem at all. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Pretty young thing. Oh yeah, I need to get. You know what? I need to get back into MJ. I love MJ. MJ's pretty young thing. Yes, exactly. Stony says for the. Thank you, Stony. Duly noted. You're not an MJ fan. Okay, we have noted that. Um, Yeah, I'm growing pretty steadily right now. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Do I check my analytics? Of course, because they inform me. They help me decide what I need to better serve my audience. How do I create videos that better serve my audience? I'm not worried about it. I know I'm going to get to 100,000. I know I'm going to get to 10 million. I'm not even worried about it. I don't dare lose one molecule of sleep over how many views or subscribers I got because I'm going to get there. You know why? Because I know for a capital FACT that nobody creates the kind of content that I do and delivers it the way that I do. Not one human being in this entire universe. That's a guarantee, not a guarantee. It's a guarantee. I had to put a little spice on there. Gordo Millones. Good to see you, Gordo. Fantastic. Come on in. All right. Did I lose the chat? What happened here? I lost my chat. Why did I lose my chat here? Let's see if I can pop out the chat. Internal server error. Oh no, I lost my chat. No, what happened? Can you guys still see me? Let me know if you can still see me. I've never seen that before. It says chat disconnected, unable to see the chat. Let me go into YouTube and see if I can fix the chat. We might have to have an abrupt stoppage here, folks. Is YouTube down again? The chat died for me as well. Okay. Well, I got something. The chat died for me as well. Okay, did you just send me that as a message? Okay, it looks like I can still hear you. Oh, okay, Ed can still hear me. Where am I getting that? Is that in the message? Oh, I can see you, but not the chat. Okay, so let's see here. Where are you guys sending these messages? Now I can't even seem to get on YouTube. That's okay. No worries. Let me go back into okay, chat down. I can see you guys now. Okay, it says internal. I've got a 500 error, internal server error. Okay. Well, what's cool is that it happened towards the end. Okay, I can see you guys. Yes, I can see your chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being in the. See, this is the cool thing about having our private thing. Yes, thank you. I can see your video. Awesome. Awesome. No worries. You were having issues too earlier, Heather says. Okay. No biggie. Ain't no thing but a chicken wang. Yep. That's okay. I'm going to try to see if I can YouTube monkey being a tool. That's exactly right. Yes. Okay. Fantastic. Well, hey guys, I think I'm going to stop it right here anyway. We've gone over the hour mark and I think we talked about some amazing stuff. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being a part of the Nez Nation chat. As always, it means the absolute world to me. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving break. I wish you nothing but the best with you and yours and your family, all the blessings in the world. Um, We'll be here again, same time next week, same bat time, same bat channel, every Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific at 5 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you subscribe and like. If you want to discover who you are, what's your purpose? How do I get my message across? How do I impact my audience so that I can grow my business, advance my career, build my community, or all the above? You've got to subscribe to Professor Nez, the personal branding YouTube educational channel, where we bring it every single week. Usually on Thursdays and Sundays. So Thursday is our regular video schedule. We've got videos on everything from branding, from messaging, from mindset to leadership, career advice, you name it, online business. Hopefully you've been liking some of the more recent videos we've been publishing. If you haven't, go check them out. You can see the videos right here in the cards. Go check them out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much. I love y'all. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving break. Break? What's a break? Have a wonderful Thanksgiving break. I think that sounds kind of cool, actually. I hope you enjoy your break. If you don't have a good break, at least enjoy your break. God, what a bozo. I love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful time. I'm sorry that the chat got disabled. It couldn't have probably happened at a more perfect time. And this is YouTube's way of saying, Nez, you've gone on long enough. And maybe they're right. But I wish you guys nothing but the best. And I'll see you guys next week. This is Professor Nez signing off. Thank you guys.